As you may know, I like Halloween, especially the costume portion of it. So, unsurprisingly, I've made another costume for this year. An apocalypse survivor. Now, I will show it off in the way I've done previously, where I go over each of the different components, and then show it all put together. Now, the base of my costume is actually quite simple. It's just this black hooded sweatshirt, and then some jeans. But, I mean, it's for the apocalypse. You're not going to be wearing anything fancy. You'll just take whatever you have on. The next component of my costume are these black boots, which I use for yet another costume. But they're good boots. They're nice, simple, monochromatic. They almost have a slight utilitarian feel to them. Even though, thinking about it, they're really not. But I still feel they work well with the apocalypse costume. Next we have this bloody gauze, which is actually a decoration that you might lay over a table or something. So when it's fully unfolded, it's quite thin and rather wide. So what I do is I fold it in half a couple times to give it a nice thickness and a decent width. So that way I can wrap it around part of my body, be it my stomach or some limb, so it looks like I've got a wound, and a pretty severe one at that. To go along with the bloody gauze, I have this fake barbed wire, which I'll wrap around myself, on top of the gauze, wherever I happen to put that. Now, I feel barbed wire is pretty apocalypsy, if that's a word. It's simple, easy to make, yet it provides a good defense mechanism. Now, I don't know why exactly I might have barbed wire wrapped around myself. The most likely explanation, I would say, is that I got caught in it, but never had a chance to take it off. Although then, why would it be on top of the bloody gauze? So, it's entirely possible that I'm just an insane person who likes to wrap barbed wire around himself. Who knows? But following that, I have this satchel of sorts. And no, it doesn't have any Skittles in it, in case you were wondering. But it's got this green thing here, which I'd wrap around my waist, kind of like a belt. And then this strap here, I would use to put it on my shoulder. But it's just kind of a nice pouch to kind of store things in, because as you're wandering through the wastelands, you'll want to have something on you that can carry things. Plus, it ties in, actually completely, with the next component of my costume. And now the final component of my costume, the gas mask, which I feel is the epitome of apocalypse. I mean, nothing says survival like a gas mask. Now, this came in the pouch I showed previously, so that's actually the main reason I have that as part of the costume. But this is an actual gas mask. I got it from an army surplus store. So, while I haven't tested it, supposedly I could use this in a survival situation. So, I mean, this here is an actual air filter, and airflow is pretty nice throughout it. Vision is also unobstructed, and similarly, the lenses don't fog up due to the way airflow is directed throughout it. And then there's also rubber, or whatever it is, provides a nice seal against my face, which is very useful. But yeah, I know, it's just really cool. And I feel you can't really have an apocalypse costume without a gas mask. So, here's my entire costume all put together. You can see I've got my pouch, my wound, my gas mask up here. Now, I'm actually doing a voiceover right now, because, since the gas mask covers my entire face, because, you know, it's a gas mask, it kind of makes me hard to understand.
For example, you probably can't understand what I'm saying right now.
Now, this is a cool effect, but it kind of makes it hard to talk to people and explain that I'm not trying to gas them all. At least not yet. But, nevertheless...
For the unit and see.